Hope everybody is well, and this week's video is going to be part 2 from the video I did last week, which was builders and destroyers. The reason I wanted to do this video is because I feel I left something out last week, and after shooting that video some amazing things happened. I received a lot of private messages, phone calls, emails from podiatrists telling me how much they enjoyed that video. And what was funny, they all said, "Oh, and I reckon these are the people you're talking about." And I went, yeah, them, and yeah, maybe others. But what was funny is, as that video came out and I posted it in different places, the people who they were mentioning were the people that actually put their hands up and said, "Hey, look at me, we're a destroyer." What was interesting though, and this is the part that I feel I left out from the first video, if I didn't call them destroyers, and maybe say we call them wankers, for example, would they have put their hand up and go, "Hey, look at me, I'm a wanker"? Of course they wouldn't have. But for some reason, they want to wear the badge of a destroyer as like a badge of honor, which I don't think it really should be. Which is why I didn't refer to them as wankers, because I don't believe that they are. But if I'd use that term, this is what this video is about, is behind these people are a group of other people that I refer to as Klingons. Now, there was a good joke in the 80s that went, "What's the similarity between the USS Enterprise and toilet paper?" Is they both travel around Uranus looking for Klingons. Some people refer to Klingons as dingleberries or gingleberries. If you're not quite sure what that is, go and Google it. But anyway, behind each of these destroyers, there's a group that I call Klingons. But I'm not going to refer to them as destroyers anymore. I'm going to refer to them as probably, I think a closer term would be intellectual bullies. Now, if you think back to school, there would have been the school bully, or you've seen a TV show with a bully on there. And behind every bully, there's this group of individuals who are never tough enough themselves to actually be the bully. They'll never be out there to start the fight or cause the trouble. They wait for the bully to do it, and then they stand in the background, they go, yeah, that's what we think too. Or in a bully situation, they might be the big guy who goes and harasses and picks on some smaller person that they know that they can beat. And this is where the intellectual bullies come in. They might have a certain expertise in a certain area, and they know that they can talk down to other people because they're the expert. But every time that intellectual bully stands up and makes a comment or makes somebody feel a little bit, doesn't make them feel good about themselves for making a particular post on social media, you'll see it's the same little Klingons that jump on and go, yeah. And they're also the ones I saw when I did my video are the ones that were encouraging the destroyers to say, "Oh yeah, maybe you're a destroyer." And I just find it amazing. And then what you'll find is the people who call themselves destroyers, they're also Klingons to the other person. They're also supporting the other person to actually do something. Another thing I took away from the video, other than the positive stuff I got from, messages I got from people, was I was scrolled through a lot of past posts that these people had done. And I sent messages to people who had done posts who an intellectual bully had made a comment on, and then all the Klingons had dived onto that. And I asked them, after doing the post and after reading those messages, how did that make you feel? And not one of them actually said to me, "Oh, you know what? I felt really good after posting that and after the intellectual bully made their comments, and then all the Klingons dived in and had their comments. I felt so good." Not one person said that. They all said they wish they hadn't posted. Some said they'll never post again. Some said, "I expected it." And I think it's pretty bad when you make a post, you post something on Facebook and you're expecting certain comments from people. They're hoping it wasn't going to happen, but it did happen. I think we can all learn something from this. I really think if you're going to post something on Facebook, before you post something on Facebook, do you have any podiatry friends? Do you have any mentors that you can send a message to first and ask them that question? Maybe you should be asking close friends in the profession first before you post it on Facebook. But be aware when you do post something, there's probably keyboard warriors out there. And this is the image I have in my head of them. They're sitting there in front of their computer in their underpants and maybe a singlet, might be wearing anything, just waiting for someone to post something on Facebook so they can Look how smart I am. Oh, by the way, here's an article that backs up what I'm saying. So just be aware of it. When those posts come through, to make yourself feel better, just have an image of them sitting there in their underwear, maybe with a top on or not, waiting by the keyboard, just waiting. And then when they post it, I reckon they sit there waiting, going, waiting, refresh, waiting, refresh. Is anybody going to like? Oh, there we go. There's my first Klingon. And once one Klingon starts, the next one will start. So just don't take it to heart. If you do happen to post something and you're attacked in some way, don't let it stop you from posting something in the future. But maybe ask some friends in podiatry first before you post something, because you might have a question. Send that question to a friend, someone that you trust. And even if it is a silly question, they won't put you down for it. They'll go, okay, let's work through that and let's come up with an answer. There's a lot of positive people in podiatry. There's far more positive people in this profession than there are negative people or intellectual bullies or destroyers or wankers, whatever it is that you want to actually call them. So try and hang around the positive influences in the profession and you are going to feel better. Listen to positive stories. Podiatry Legends podcast, always a good place to start. But there's a lot of other podcasts out there that you will get a lot of really good information from. And just remember, when you're hanging around people, listening to podcasts, reading books, anything that makes you feel better for after the experience is a good thing. Anything that makes you feel bad after the experience is not. I hope you get something from this. If you have any questions, please send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com. I love receiving comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow, hit the subscribe button so you'll get to see my videos when they come through. And I'll have another video for you next week. There's not going to be a part 3 to this. It's just going to be part 2. So yeah, everyone can relax. Okay, look after yourselves. Bye.